3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
My friends, it is Friday. Let's have a podcast, shall we? It's Puff, it's Steph. Happy weekend eve. Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai. Right in the price, right on the pike. Have pain, anxiety, can't sleep? Well, you can meet with a certified wellness consultant, an American Shaman of PA. Life is better with the feather. HempIsHealth.com. So it's happening, Steph. Companies are preparing to send normal people like you and I into space.
Oh.
So the question has become, because this is what we think about now, what do we call space tourists? Right? Like, there are people out there, like Jeff Bezos. He has a rocket company called Blue Origin. It's already calling its future clients astronauts. We're not astronauts. Like, if you and I were going to space, we don't deserve that.
No, that doesn't make you an astronaut.
Right? For instance, when you and I fly to Florida, are we pilots?
Right.
No.
No, it doesn't give us that kind of credit.
No. If the pilot gets sick and somebody comes over and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, our pilot, he's sick. Is anyone else on plane a pilot?" We can't stand up and be like, "I'm on the plane. I'm flying right now. I am, in fact, the pilot."
I will do it.
Yes, just lead me to the thing with the things.
Right.
Do you mean the cockpit? Yes, I am a pilot.
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
I know that.
Give me the steering wheel.
Yes, it's not a wheel. I knew that, for I am a pilot. What should we call these people? NASA Chief Bill Nelson doesn't consider himself an astronaut, even though he spent 6 days orbiting Earth. He said, "I reserve that term for my professional colleagues." So if this dude who went into space, but again, apparently he just kind of sat there while the rocket, and he didn't do any driving.
He sounds like an astronaut.
He absolutely sounds like an
I'm
astronaut.
going to give him that title.
No, he doesn't want it.
He doesn't want to be an astronaut.
Game developer Richard Garriott, who paid his way to the International Space Station in 2008 with the Russians, claims, "I am an astronaut," explaining he trained for 2 years. I would give him that title of that if you train to do it. But we're not talking about people like him, who, yes, he paid his way into space, which, I mean, good for him. He got to do that and he had the money. But one day when you and I and people like us who have no formal training just have to, dole out some money and we can go to space, we too will pay to go to space. And we're not doing 2 years of training. We're just sitting there.
Right.
Axiom Spaces, Michael Lopez, a former NASA astronaut, says, "If you go to space, you're an astronaut." His company is charging $55 million a seat.
Oh my, what?
His clients plan to conduct research up there, which is great, which is fine.
Wait, how long are they going for?
I'm not sure.
Does that include food and lodging? Like, what is this?
It better be all inclusive.
I hope so. 55 million? Yeah, 55 million. It's not even realistic.
So, people are thinking like just something as simple as space tourists. Okay.
That's boring, though. We can come up with something better.
Rocket riders?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't feel right calling myself an astronaut.
No, it's just not deserved. It does make me think, though, where does one go to become an astronaut? Like, are there special astronaut schools, or can you study that at, like, Towson?
NASA.
You go to school at NASA. Yeah. You can't just, like, study at Bloomsburg.
No, see, a lot of NASA people are, like, A, former military, so they were pilots.
Right.
Right? B, engineers, like they were at MIT or something like that. They're really smart people. Mm-hmm. I really don't think, like, Penn State has a pre-astronaut program.
I wasn't sure. I mean, there's so many options these days and different paths you can take to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if any place, like, what if you studied astrology?
Be like, I did my undergrad in dance theory, but I got my master's in astronaut. Wait, what? Yeah, I got my master's. It's over at Dickinson. I had my master's in astronaut.
I did it in 3 years. It was like a compact program.
Yeah. It was all online too.
Right. I guess you can't do that just at a normal campus. You have to like have the space suits and things.
Yeah, space suits and things. We are definitely not astronauts. Hold on, give me the steering wheel. I'll take care of this. In California, a man was arrested Monday for allegedly firing his gun into the air to prevent a neighbor's dog from mauling his pet duck.
We're back to the duck thing. We just talked about ducks.
Yeah,
They're
Wednesday.
Nasty.
Yeah. Well, he was worried about his neighbor's dog mauling his duck.
Oh, he was worried about his.
Yeah.
Well, the duck could hurt the dog too.
He discovered the neighbor's dog bit his pet duck, leaving the duck with a broken leg.
No, aww.
It could have
What
been
kind
worse.
of dog was it?
I don't know. Angry as you might expect, Wilson went into his house to get his pistol, came outside, fired into the air to scare the dog away, and yelled at his neighbor. Police said his actions were reckless, adding that it was lucky that Wilson's warning shot didn't hit anybody on the way down. That's absolutely possible. The dog was taken to an animal shelter, and eventually
Do I want to hear this?
returned to the owner.
Oh, thank God. Why'd they take it to a shelter?
Just to check it out. Well, he was cited for keeping an unlicensed pet and letting it run around. So the owner of the
The
dog.
duck was unlicensed.
No, the dog. So the duck was in the neighbor's yard chilling. The neighbor went in to the neighbor. Sorry, the duck was in this dude's yard.
Yes.
The dude with the pistol.
The dog's
dog,
house.
No, his own yard. The dog. Sorry, the dog's in the wrong.
No, he's not.
The dog and the dog owner is in the wrong here. It could have been a lot worse.
Why did they take him to a shelter?
Because it wasn't licensed, so they wanted to check him out, make sure he was good and stuff, but he was returned.
But the owner wasn't like, I'll take him to the vet.
No.
Like, if
they
something
had
happened
take
to
him out.
Miley or Zoe, I wouldn't be like, yeah, take her to the shelter, let me know how it goes. Like, what? Was he not
I
there?
I don't know any California laws about dogs. I'm sorry. I know you're so worried about the dog, but the dog attacked the duck and broke the duck's leg. Listen, not every dog is God's gift. I'm sorry.
That's not a true. No, that's not a true statement. They are all God's
They might have
gifts.
started that way, but the owner might have screwed it up.
Right.
Who knows?
It's always on the people.
So, I mean, I know you're worried about the dog.
Of course.
Dog's okay.
Okay.
The owner of the dog, however, was cited for not having it licensed and letting it just run around all willy-nilly like wherever it wants to go.
He needs to take better care of his dog.
But don't worry, the dog's fine.
Okay, good. I hope the duck has a nice little duck cast, and he's doing well too.
Quack, quack. At least one business. I don't understand the just what's the word I'm looking for? Obsession with these cicada things.
Yeah, well, I've seen that on Facebook a lot. I don't understand.
A candy shop not too far away in Maryland
Ew.
is cashing in on this whole Brood X cicada invasion. Croquette Chocolates is making a chocolate-covered cicada. The owner says there's a lot of interest from customers who are brave enough to take a bite.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
She promises the chocolate used to dip the cicadas is not used for dipping anything else. And if real cicadas aren't your thing, the shop also sells cicada-shaped chocolate mold filled with marshmallow. Okay, that's kind of fun. It's not. It's not.
It's just
real.
shaped like a. Okay.
Yeah. So you have the real ones.
Yeah, no.
I would mess with so many people. Like, just try it, and they're like all freaked out. And in the inside's a marshmallow.
Right.
It said
That would be
marshmallow cream, cornflakes, and candy, so you get a crunch.
Oh, that actually sounds really good.
Right. But people are like, oh my god, I'm eating a cicada because it's all crunchy and stuff like
Right.
that. Oh, that might be. I'm gonna croquette chocolates.
It's in Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that far.
Don't be surprised. I bet they ship. Like,
I bet they do.
I would not. I'm not interested. Now, years and years and years ago, when I did the radio show with Sammy,
Yes, you ate something weird.
I made a statement on the air that came back to bite me in the butt. We were talking, I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about the queso at Moe's. Do you know what I'm talking? You ever had Moe's and their
Yes.
queso? It's delicious.
It's really good.
And I said on the air, and I use the word literally. I go, I would literally eat a cockroach if it was dipped in that Moe's queso.
Yes,
Well,
that's right.
Didn't Sammy go out and find someone who owned a cockroach? And yep, I absolutely was a man of my word. I said, and I dipped it in Moe's queso, and
How did it taste?
To be honest, the queso masked a lot, but
Right.
it's not something I would do again.
It's not like a pleasure, but like you don't do that on like a Friday
And
night.
that was, I want to say that was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe more. There's no way I could get away with that now. Are you kidding me? The amount of people that would like be jumping down my throat, like PETA and like just other people who just have nothing better to do than complain.
Right.
I don't know if I would have. I probably would have. I mean, I was already let go like years later, but I might have been let go at that point. They've been getting so much
ate a
backlash.
cockroach?
Like live, we put it on video. And everything.
I wish I was there for that. Okay, was it alive?
It was.
No. Oh, that makes me want to puke.
I made my girlfriend at the time, wife now, bring a toothbrush to the studio. I wasn't even thinking about it. Not to get gross, but there were things stuck in my teeth.
Oh my gosh. That's what I was going to say. Like,
I made her, because at the time we lived pretty close to the station. So I actually, I was like, hey, babe, can you bring me a toothbrush? And she goes, ew. She's like, I'm not kissing you for like.
Give it a couple weeks.
Yeah, it was a while.
And it was a lot. So it was moving around and you dipped it into queso and ate it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes my stomach hurt.
What's funny is like that was alive. It was queso, all this other. But I won't eat a chocolate covered cicada.
Right, you're like, no way.
Because no one's watching.
It's not as fun.
No, I did it for the pleasure of other people.
Right. You did it for the entertainment. Wait, okay. Did you just do it in one bite?
Ask your questions, yeah.
One bite. And could you feel it?
It was huge. It was big. It was like one of those hissing cockroaches. It was like that big. What was I going to do? Take a bite and look in the inside and go, oh. No, I just went, oh. And here's the real kind of a messed up thing is the woman, it wasn't even her cockroach. It was her kid's. Her kid brought it home from school. It was like a class pet. They were learning about it.
A class pet?
Right. They were learning about it. And I'm sitting there on the air going, are you sure? Like, not because I was trying to get out of it. I already mentally made the decision I was going to do this. I was like, this is your pet. Like, I don't, are you sure you're okay with this? You're not going to like have like bad dreams about me coming and eating everything in your house, including your family or something, are you? And she's like, no, go ahead. I'm like, all right, here I go.
Do people have cockroaches as pets?
Some people do.
That's horrific. Why?
I don't know.
Wow. I think the worst thing I ever had to do was drink that lemon juice you made me drink. A whole cup of it. That was bad.
Some of us really go out for the show, and some people are you. Okay. Coming up, just a couple of minutes. I mean, either way, lemon juice or cockroach, we both landed here. Coming up, we got that advice column.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Okay, on deck this week for the advice column, we have Candice. Candice, hey, Puff and Steph. Something is happening and I'm not okay with it. I need to figure out what I should do here. The thing is, my friend is trying to date my little brother, and this can only end poorly. Let's start with my friend. Her name is Stacy. I love her to death. Her and I have been friends for almost 10 years after meeting at a summer camp when we were in high school. Since then, we've been joined at the hip. Went to college together, and now we're adults together. Now on to my brother. He is 3 years younger than me, and I'm very protective of him. You've heard of helicopter parents? Well, the running joke in my family is that I'm a helicopter sister. I'm always asking him where he is, who he's with. He's 23 and a grown man. I don't care. He will always be my little brother, and I want to take care of him. Well, a couple of months ago, Stacy started mentioning how cute my brother was, joking about becoming my sister for real. I laughed it off until recently when I found out they were talking to each other over text. I was out to lunch with my brother, and he kept getting on his phone, and I finally asked him, who's so important you're talking to, instead of paying attention to me? He said Stacy, and I was like, my Stacy? I didn't even know they had each other's number. I want both my brother and Stacy to be happy, but there is no way this is going to work out. Stacy goes through men like crazy. She gets into a relationship quickly, she has her fun, and then she gets out just as quickly. I've seen her destroy men before. I don't want to see that happen to my brother. He's 2 years younger than she is. He has way less experience in relationships. I think he's had 2 serious girlfriends his whole life. Stacy had 3 in the last year. On top of all that, the thought of them together just grosses me out.
Yeah.
She's like my sister, and her and my brother doing things together just seems wrong to me. I've made up my mind here. How do I convince these two that this is not a good idea? Don't try to convince me that Don't try to convince me it will be a good idea, because it isn't. I need to know how to keep them apart. Candice. So we can't.
That's weird.
She doesn't even want us to be like, well, you don't know. Maybe they have a special connection and blah, 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 blah. No, she wants us to tell her how to break them up.
So she's made up her mind.
That's what she said. She goes,
them to be
my
done."
mind is made up here.
Yep.
How do I convince these two that this is not a good idea?
It's an awkward thing.
It is an awkward thing because, both of these people are important to you. So you have to talk to them and figure out where their heads are at. If you've already made up your mind, I think the only way you can do, and correct me if I'm wrong, is just be honest. And be like, Stacy, these are the reasons why I'm worried about you. You're not serious in relationships. Even your serious, quote unquote, relationships aren't that serious. You're here today, gone tomorrow with dudes. And I'm worried about you doing the same thing and devastating my brother. And here's the thing. Maybe with your brother, you just lie and be like, hey, listen, I just gotta let you know Stacy has an STD. Or something like that.
I mean, that's one path you could take. But she could just be honest with him too and just say I know how she is in relationships. Please do not go through with this. I don't want to see you get hurt. She could just tell them both how, not together, but separately, how uncomfortable it is for her.
Right.
And hopefully her and her brother are close, so hopefully he'll understand that.
Well, if you were dating a guy who was a really close friend of one of your brothers, right? And then your brother comes up to you and says, yeah, can you not date Jeff? And then he gives you a litany of reasons why. even if you really liked Jeff and you and Jeff have a connection, would you take that to heart?
Absolutely. If they said, I'm really uncomfortable with this stuff, please don't. I couldn't continue to date him if it bothered them like that.
So I'm wondering, I think that if she already has the stigma of being helicopter sister, I think that actually works against her in this situation, because her brother could just be like, you're just being you, you're just looking out for me. I get it. And thank you. But, I think a lot of it depends on how Candice has dealt with his previous girlfriends.
Right.
Has she been cool with them? Did she like them? Did she give him grief over them? Or was she like, no one's ever going to be good enough for you type thing?
Right.
Because if she was like that, that's going to hurt her here. But if she was cool about it,
then he could take her more seriously.
And he'll be like,
now.
oh, wow, she's never been like this with anyone. And she knows Stacy better than anybody.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like you have to respect your siblings in that way.
Really?
Like I immediately would. Like if I was dating Jeff. So Jeff and I are dating and things are good, but if Michael was like, I'm really uncomfortable with this, like I really don't want you to do this anymore.
You don't know Jeff like I know Jeff.
Right. First of all, I would believe him in a heartbeat. And second of all, just knowing that it made him uncomfortable.
Right.
That's like 2 reasons to get out of it.
I wonder if her brother, who she didn't name, although she didn't say these were fake or real names, it doesn't matter. I wonder if her brother would feel the same way.
Right.
But if your brothers were super, super, super protective of you throughout your entire dating life.
And they have been.
Right? And they have a problem with every guy you're with. Would you take them as seriously with Jeff? Good old Jeff?
I still would.
Jeff's got abs, though.
But he has abs.
His abs, Michael. Come on. All right, Candice. Just be honest. If you really feel this way and you think you and your brother have a good relationship, and hopefully you haven't been super overbearing with other relationships, it could work out. And Stacy, obviously she doesn't have a problem getting dudes. So maybe just on to the next one and leave your brother out of it. Just like younger men. All right. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. Is this the pandemic or what? But look out. Just be aware. You have like a 2-month head start on this. Or no, not 2 months. Sorry, I'm bad at calendars. You have a 1-month head start. Look out.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
So just a heads up, you have a month Head start on all this, people, okay? It looks like there's going to be a fireworks shortage this summer.
What?
Yeah. Last year, most large fireworks shows canceled. More people bought smaller fireworks for backyard use. But the supply has not returned. There's been production delays. And shipping containers are still stuck overseas. Remember how that ship went all sideways?
Yeah.
It's still messing up.
It's still stuck?
No, it's not still stuck.
Oh my gosh,
It's
I was
not.
like, I'm going to go down there and fix
It's
this
not
mess
still
out.
stuck. It just, the backlog from that is still messing up.
That is garbage. That was like 2 months ago.
It seems like the assortment and novelty packs with fountains and the shells are mostly in short supply. But so you have those that are in short supply, and then you have other bigger ones that are in short supply. So just a heads up, if you stock up now, you have a month. Don't wait. Last year I went to a 4th of July party with my buddy Adam, and we're going to stop on the way and get fireworks.
Right.
Yeah, that was the stupidest idea. It was on the 4th of July.
Right. Not a lot of selection.
No, it had nothing to do with selection. Everybody and their brother was there.
Right.
We went to the fireworks store, not one of those tents.
There's a fireworks store?
There are several fireworks stores.
Huh.
We went to a fireworks store. The line was out the door.
I bet.
And then we're like, oh, we'll just go to a tent. We went to 3 separate tents, sold out. We're like, wow, we feel stupid. Why did we just think about getting fireworks today? So we're giving everyone right now a month head start. Get your boom booms, okay?
Okay, so other than the giant boat that got stuck, what's the other excuse for the shortage? COVID?
I mean, COVID probably has something to do with it.
Why is everything COVID? All these random things, they're like, well, COVID. I'm like, it's been over a year now. We need to get stuff together. How is COVID still an excuse for all that?
Well,
I don't get
a
it.
lot of people were, what they said, fireworks shows were canceled.
Right.
Okay? So instead of having the big shows for towns or whatever, people were buying up a ton of fireworks to put on little backyard shows. And they weren't doing that every year. And they weren't making them in the supply that they needed.
Okay, that does make sense.
So they were sucking all of the supplies, and they just haven't been able to rebuild the supplies since.
Okay.
That has pretty much the majority of what to do with it.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. I mean, they've had a year, but I'll give it to them.
They're making them as fast as they can. You know what's funny is, and I put this on Facebook last week, there was a guy in Mechanicsburg who was making his own fireworks.
Is that legal?
No.
Okay.
Don't do that. And
Don't do that.
And he set his house on fire. And
Wow.
people said he looked like me.
It was a good post. I saw that on Facebook.
It didn't look like me.
I didn't think so. I didn't understand the connection.
I had 7 or 8 people message me
That many
personally
people?
asking me, hey, where have you been? Hey, is this your cousin?
No, I don't think it really looked like
No,
you.
it's just a guy with a big face. Actually, that's not even true. He had a big head and a small face. His head was big, and then all of his facial features were kind of clumped together right in the center of his face.
Right.
It made me go, is that what I look like to people? I need to change something about myself. It hurt my self-esteem.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why people kept telling you that. I didn't.
Anyway, no, I'm
understand.
not building fireworks in my basement. Okay?
Good.
Okay. All right, let's do some stumping of Steph. According to a recent survey, 55% of women say they do this chore better than their husband.
Is this a standard? A pretty common chore? You do it every week? Or every day?
I'd say every week, probably. Every week or
Is it
every
in
other
the
week.
kitchen?
No,
Bathroom?
no,
Bedroom?
no.
Is it yard work of some kind?
Yep.
Oh, it's outside.
Yeah,
Okay, does it have to do with the lawn?
yeah.
Mowing the lawn?
Right.
Really?
55% of women say they mow the lawn better. Do you know, the wife and I have lived in our house for almost 5 years now.
That's so crazy.
She has never mowed the lawn once.
And she probably never will.
And that's okay. I'm not mad at it.
Right.
So, she's not over there talking smack about being able to mow the lawn better than me.
I actually like mowing. It's a good little workout. You get to be outside and get tan. I like it.
Yeah.
But we have an HOA now, and they do a very mediocre job of it themselves, so we don't have to.
For those of you who don't know, Steph has been on a lifelong battle against her HOA. She does not like it.
It's bad. Yeah, they're terrible.
A recent survey shows that over 80% of women say this chore is something only a man should do. 80% of women are saying this chore is something only a man should do.
I'm good with gender roles when it comes to stuff like that, so I would probably agree. Is it an outside thing?
Yeah, it involves outside.
It involves being... You're outside when you do it?
Part of it.
Does it have to do with your yard or your
No.
flower beds?
Nope.
Does it have to do with the inside of the house?
Yep.
Is it some type of building or
No.
repairing or painting?
Nope. Usually, depending on how your house is, usually starts on the inside and finishes on the or starts on the inside, finishes on the outside. Depending on your house.
Installing something?
Nope. It's a chore. It's really quick usually too.
It starts inside and goes outside. Why does it have to go outside?
I can't tell you that or that's where it ends. That's where the chore ends. Super quick chore.
Taking the trash out.
There you go.
Duh. Yeah, no, I'm good with the men doing that.
80. So are these the same women that are like, there shouldn't be gender roles, but 80% of you think that the man should take out the garbage? I don't have a problem with it. That's an easy chore. It usually takes like a minute.
It's quick. Yep, it's an easy one. Honestly, I'm good with vacuuming, doing dishes, all that stuff, but I just want to be with someone who does the trash.
That's not even that hard of a concept.
No, it's easy. I think it should be. Yeah. I mean, every couple's different, but I would like for the man to do it.
All right.
You do it, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the wife has done it a little bit more lately because I haven't been home as much, but yeah, no, if I'm home and the trash needs taken out, I take out the trash.
Just get a ton.
Yeah, she does like everything else. I'll do that one. I take out the trash, I mow the lawn. That's about it. That is about it. All right, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic weekend. We'll be back on Monday later.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.